part of Seaworld's mission is more than just a job. We are proud of what we do, and it is a privilege for us to care for, build relationships with, teach, and learn from these amazing animals. Now more than ever, we are honored to share our relationships with the whales and what we've learned with all of you. And now, Seaworld proudly presents Orca Encounter!
Our world has one interconnected ocean, a vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the ocean's beauty than the killer whale.
They live in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the Pacific and beyond.
The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
Manu, doors open now. See? Oh. You like it?
That was Milani and
Like it?
Sophia, two members of our killer whale family demonstrating their incredible size, speed, power, and complex learning abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. Seaworld's killer whales have inspired generations around the world, and we're excited to share their stories with you today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's floor. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer. High climb and power.
We're going to see all of that and more. These behaviors contribute to an environment that is full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or you step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Today, you'll see the whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen social bonds and enable them to problem solve as a group. Working together as a team is what makes them the ocean's top predator. Scientifically known as Orca, commonly referred to as killer whales. Here at Seaworld, we know
Baby,
them as
they're coming, baby.
Milani, Monia, Trua, and Makayo, our killer whale family. Makayo is the youngest whale, and the oldest is Makayo's mother, Katina. She's the matriarch, or leader of our pod. Seaworld's animal training techniques create a language between us and the whales. It's a language of learning, through positive reinforcement, encouragement, commitment, and care. Through these techniques and our relationships, the whales learn to trust us. They even learn to take an active role in their very own health and well-being. Now here at Seaworld, we're able to train many voluntary husbandry or healthcare behaviors. But one of the very first husbandry behaviors that we train is a position in which we should ask for a voluntary blood sample. The whales learn to roll ventral or upside down and present their tail flukes, just like Lily is demonstrating here. Not only does this give us an excellent look at the entire whale, but it also gives us access to blood vessels that can be easily seen on the white underside of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians collect a blood sample at least once a month, and the whales are trained to remain calm and relaxed throughout the entire procedure. Now, as trainers, we're frequently rubbing down and massaging the whales, whether on their backs, control flippers, or tail flukes. The whales have very sensitive skin, and this is just one way that we can reward the whales for remaining calm during procedures like this. It's also a great way for us to strengthen our relationships with the whales. Now, blood samples are just one way that we can ensure our whales are staying healthy. Another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. We're able to weigh the whales by asking them to slide their bodies out of the water and onto a killer whale size scale located above our testicles. Here we can demonstrate this in our slide out area. Now, when Milani slides up, you'll notice that a portion of her body, from her dorsal fin to her tail tips, is still in the water. This is the powerhouse of the killer whale. It's called the peduncle, and it's very heavy and very muscular. There she is. Now, with the peduncle still in the water, we would not be getting an accurate weight. So, we're able to solve that problem by simply asking them to lift their tails up and out of the water. So we know that the younger whales are grown properly, and the older whales are maintaining a healthy weight.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Hi everyone, I'm over here on the left side of the stadium down by the glass. Did you know that killer whales love to play? They actually learn a lot by playing, and through mimicry and observational learning. From a young age, killer whales learn important life skills by playing games such as follow the leader with their mother and other whales. And we're going to put that to the test today with all of you in our killer whale family. So let's start the stadium. So let's hear it for Malia. All right, right side of the stadium, it's your turn. Go ahead and stand on up. We have an even bigger jump plan. This is called a reach. So to give the hand signal, you take your left hand, bring it to the side of your leg, and up to the sky. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Give that signal. And she's off. Killer whales reach for a lot of different reasons, whether to surprise their prey, scratch an itch, or get a better look around. But more often than not, they'll reach just to show off. That was amazing. Welcome to the Soap Zone, everyone. Let's hear it one more time for all of you, our killer whale family. As you can see, killer whales are amazing athletes, and they can eat several hundred pounds of food every single day. In the ocean, killer whale diets depend on where they live at the time of year. Unfortunately, overfishing, pollution, and other factors are having a serious impact on some killer whale populations.
Killer whales are impressive animals, and it's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean.
Baby, you like it? You like killer whale? Give me a high five. Thank you.
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean. Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make, we hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect example of the ocean, limitless, connected, powerful, but still vulnerable. The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable. Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference. The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming, but together we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect.
So much to explore.
The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all can do to make a difference.
All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow.
And change the world.
Together, we've got this.
Pacific Point Marine Conservation Center. My name is Dr. Zalofis, and all of us here are so excited you will be joining us to hear all about the wonderful things happening at Pacific Point Preserve right next door. On today's agenda, you'll hear all about the conservation efforts of the animals here in our care, thank you, who do play an active role, and we consider them to be partners with us. But more on that in just a little bit. Right now, I would love to introduce to you one of the California sea lions that calls this preserve its home. It's Seaworld! So say hello to everyone! Okay. Well, it is so good to see you, my friend. Now, California sea lions, like my buddy Seymour, can be found up and down the west coast of North America. They can range in size from a couple of hundred to nearly 1,000 pounds. Now, we will be seeing a lot more of Seymour later on in the day. For right now, though, I'm supposed to be joined by this new intern. Now,
Wait, I'm here! I'm coming! Neutron, reporting for duty!
I guess, Neutron, I have been expecting you. I am Dr. Zalofis.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Zalamimus. It's a Lopez. That's what I said.
Okay, we will work on that a little later on. But for right now, this is the plan for their tour. It is the only copy that I have, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to put you in charge of it. Don't let anything happen to it.
Okay, deep rest, Neutron. You got this. You can count on me. I won't let you down.
Love that. I'm actually going to go check on the preserve. So Neutron, since you are new, just don't touch anything.
Yeah, you got it, Dr. Zucchini. Guys, I cannot believe she's putting me in charge of this plan on my first day. I am so excited. It looks like we're going to do some pretty cool things today. I bet you guys are wondering what we're doing, right? Yeah? Okay. First thing on the list, meeting the doctor, which we already did. And then it looks like the next thing we're going to do is see some pretty cool animals.
What was that noise? I told you not to touch anything.
Well, I was just down here minding my own business.
We'll make this your business and turn it off. Hurry.
Okay, I'll set this right here. How about
No,
this?
try something over there.
This one?
How about lower?
How about this one?
That is not what I meant. But that was a close one. I wasn't sure what you were doing with all those numbers. Anyway, hey, ma'am, did you just use your child as a human shield? You guys do realize you sat yourself in the soak zone. That's all right. That's all right. We will get back to this tour shortly. Let's just clean this mess right up.
Guys, I am so sorry. I didn't mean, it's my first day, and I really don't want to mess anything up today. I've just always really been working with people. Hey, I was like, wait, does that otter have the plan for this tour? Come back here, you little otter. I know you're in here. Maybe if I just stick my hand really far back.
Neutron!
That was otter.
What you doing?
Nothing? just going over your plan for the tour.
That's right, my plan. Why don't you take it out and tell everyone what's next on it?
What's next on the plan?
Yep.
Otters. Otters is next.
No, I thought otters was later in the day.
They all want to see otters.
Well, they seem super excited for otters, so if that's what the plan says, then otters it is. Why don't we just see if Opie and his friend would like to come out and join us? And joining us is Paige! And of course, Paige is with Opie, a very curious mammal. He actually has partially wet paws shown right there in that diagram that allow him to swim, grass, and carry objects.
Yeah, objects just like that plan for the tour.
Were you saying something?
Look how cute Opie is!
Oh yes, Opie is adorable. He's an Asian small-clawed otter, which is the smallest of the 13 species. So even though Opie looks real little, he's actually full-grown, just weighing 7 pounds.
Wow, what is Opie eating?
So Opie is eating some fish and capelin, which is the variety of the diet that they have here. Oh, it looks like they're giving us a wave goodbye. Let's give a round of applause for Opie and Paige.
Yeah, let's give a round of applause to that little thief.
A thief? I don't get it.
Well, aren't otters thought to be mischievous?
Oh, well, yes, otters are known to be quite mischievous. But here at the center, we love them. Did you know that they're listed as protected species? So here at the center, we make sure they thrive and survive.
Wait. So what you're saying is, each and every one of us, otter, do our parts to protect them?
Really?
That's it?
You guys can work on that later. All right, you know what? Neutron, I have a job for you that does not involve humor. Why don't you just see if you can find me Clyde for this next part of the tour?
Anything for you, Dr. Zootopia.
It's a Lophus.
That's what I said.
Okay. Here at the center, we have been studying the food sources and the eating behaviors of the animals here in our care. This allows us to understand and help sustain wild populations. For this next part, I will need help from a young volunteer. You had your hand right up. Come on down. Hello. What's your name? Harper, where are you from? All the way from America. All right, Harper. Come on over here. Now, you look like you want to feed my buddy Clyde, right? Of course you do. That's why you volunteered. I'm going to have you stand right here because he's going to come out any minute now. And this is packed with all the nutrients that he needs. Have you ever fed a sea lion before? No? This will be your first time. So this is going to be a cake when we're going to give him. And you said you're from America. What part of America are you from? Around here. So you're from Florida. Good to know. So you probably haven't fed a sea lion. So this is Clyde. And you're going to take it just like this. And you're going to do a big toss for me. Excellent job. Let's go one more because you are catching on pretty fast. Excellent job, Harper. All right, come over here. We're going to get a picture because you were amazing. And he's going to come up here. And he's going to pose for us. And you're going to come right here. Put your hand on that flipper. Take a look at everyone. And oh, that's a big yawn. On the count of 3, we are going to yell sardines real loud. 1, 2, 3, sardines! Excellent job, you guys. Give it up for my youngest trainer. She was amazing.
Dr. Zero Personality. I was looking for Clyde. I bet that's Clyde, right?
Yes, Neutron, very observant. And it's Dr. Zolophus.
That's what I said.
Never mind. We have already started the day and we have yet to start testing your pinniped knowledge. So, question number 1, how tall would you say sea lions are?
Well, looking at him, I'd say 3, maybe 4 feet tops.
Check again.
Check again. Whoa, he's huge.
Well, yes, sea lions can actually grow up to 9 feet in length. My favorite fun fact is they actually have 3 tiny toenails in those rear flippers to get those hard to reach spots.
Clyde, you have toenails? Do you think I can see them? Oh, I can see them. Oh, I can smell that in too, bud.
Well, Clyde is showing you is a very social animal. We found they have their own personalities, likes and dislikes.
He really seems to like hanging out with me.
Oh, you guys are adorable. He's also been very motivated in interacting with us in particular. participating in his own healthcare. If you don't mind, I'm gonna take him to go find Seymour. Why don't you help yourself to a complimentary refreshment?
Wow, thanks, Dr. Xerox. Copy that. I am pretty thirsty, so a drink sounds amazing right now. Whew. I don't know what's in these things.
Neutron, your break's over.
Uh-oh, the can.
Let me get the can. Wow, good job!
Wow, it sounds like you guys are ready for this next part of the tour. Are you ready to see the strength and the agility of a California sea lion? Excellent. My buddy Seymour is going to come out here any minute and show you how he uses these powerful pectoral muscles to help him jump high into the waters. Now, Seymour, whenever you're ready, let's show everyone just how high you can jump. All right, let's go for 1, 2, 3. Excellent job. Well, now he's going to use those powerful front flippers up and down like a bird to gain speed. Show everyone how fast you can swim. Okay, round of applause for Seymour. That was the best demonstration I have seen all day. So why don't you take this protein snack and head back this way. Neutron, I have that second question for you.
Yeah, what is it, Dr. Zaxby's?
It's a low face.
That's what I said.
Question number 2, how fast would you say sea lions swim?
Ooh, I got this. Susan.
No. What I meant was, why don't you see if Clyde can demonstrate how fast he can swim?
Why didn't you say that earlier? Okay, fine. Why don't you go into the water just like Seymour did? And I need you to use those really powerful pectoral muscles and swim.
Wait, what is that? Neutron!
Okay! That's not quite what I had in mind.
It's not what I had in mind either, you know? But it looks like Clyde got you there. It is your first day, so it's all right. I have an idea. Why don't you just lead this next part of the tour all by yourself?
All by myself? Thanks, Dr. Zac Efron. I thought we were all in this together. Okay, Clyde, Doc still doesn't know that we lost the plan, so we need to look for it. So how about we go back to the basics? Do you remember when you were a pup, you used to mimic your mom's each and every move? Well, I'll be the mom, you be the pup. Follow my each and every move and stay close, behind.
What part of the tour is this?
The VIP experience.
What?
So, here's the thing, Dr. Xena, Warrior Princess.
Not even close.
Do you remember that really important plan you asked me to look over?
Yeah, it was your one job.
Well, about 5 minutes ago, I lost it and it's gone.
My plan is gone! Ah!
Ah!
I thought that was his line.
I think it was.
Why didn't you say something? gonna send out an APB in all Pinniped Bulletin. How about this? In the meantime, why don't you two come up with a plan to, I don't know, find my plan?
Yeah, you got it, Dr. Ziploc. Okay, fine, we got this. You have a head, I have a head. I think the best thing we should do is put our heads together. Clyde, come back here, back. Great idea, Clyde. Let's split up. You go that way, like you wanted to. I'll go over here where I put the plan before the otter took it.
Did you just say an otter took my plan?
I mean, maybe.
I'm right here. What happened?
Wait, there's the otter!
That otter keeps screaming about. We'll chase after it.
What do you think I'm doing?
Wait, it's time because I have an idea. Send up the signal. Everyone after that otter. Woo!
Attention, attention, everyone in the Marine Conservation Center. All hands and flippers on deck. Be on the lookout for Opie Otter. He has stolen the tour itinerary and must be located immediately.
Seaworld, thank you so much for responding to that APB. Neutrons say that the otter took the plan, so we're gonna have to come up with a great idea. Let's search for him. Oh, yes, check down there and then don't forget to check this side of the center. We have so much to cover. You can't breathe out of that end. Coochie coochie coo. Are you afraid of Opie the otter? Why? He's only 7 pounds. You know what? Let's go check in the back for him.
Get back here, you little water squirrel! Guys, I chased Opie the whole way up here, but I think I lost him again, so I really need your help. If you guys see an otter, will you scream, shout, get my attention? I'm gonna head back downstairs to see if I can find it.
Yeah,
so, how about on the count of 3 we pack this? You guys ready? So 1, 2. You forgot to roll up your sleeve. Your sleeve. How about a round of applause for our stage?
Yeah!
Well, look, I found the plan.
But you tried, you did it. Oh, that wasn't me.
Here you go, Dr. Zalopis.
You got my name right.
I had to write the entire tour.
Never mind. Let's just see what we did today. We met Clyde.
And Seymour.
And I had a great
He's so
volunteer.
naughty.
Opie was everywhere.
But it's everyone's favorite part.
Yet?
No, the grand finale! So that animals like Clyde, Seaworld, and Opie can thrive and survive. Have a great day, everyone!
Thank you all so much for joining us here at Spine and Otter Spa.
During the presentation, please exit to the back of the theater. And number 3, if you need to number 1 or number 2, restrooms are located outside of the center. Thank you.
Now, all the dolphins you'll meet here today were born within our Seaworld parks, and they range in age from 14 all the way up to 45 years old. And after our presentation today, you can visit us right next door at Key West Dolphin Cove. There, you can get an even closer look and learn a whole lot more about these amazing marine mammals. But now we met some of our pod, let's dive in and talk about what makes dolphins so cool. Nature has given them some amazing adaptations that allow them to navigate, forage, and even to play. One of those adaptations is the blowhole that's located right on top of their heads. This is where dolphins like Scott will breathe air from, but it's also where they're able to vocalize from. So let's listen in. Now, dolphins will use this blowhole to hold their breath while they forage for their prey, which largely consists of fish, squid, and even the occasional crustacean. To catch fast-moving and slippery fish, dolphins will use their powerful tail flukes, reaching speeds up to 22 miles per hour. They can also use these powerful tails to get a better look above the surface, getting their bodies all the way up and out of the water. Engaging with our dolphins, both physically and mentally, as you've seen in the beginning of our presentation today, allows us to give them the best care possible, and it provides exceptional animal welfare. With this care, we're able to develop bonds and build relationships with them, much like you would with a dog at home. But while dolphins seem to be natural athletes, it's our mutual love of play that provides that connection between us. And over the past 50 plus years, SeaWorld has learned that their play ultimately leads to our discoveries. So while our playtime today may just look like a lot of impressive jumps and spins, it's actually an essential part of how we care for them. Just watch.
hope to inspire a young Seaworld guest in much the same way that many of us were inspired on our very first trips here to Seaworld. So today I have joining me this young man. Hi there, what's your name? Maverick. It's so nice to meet you, Maverick. Where are you from? He's visiting us all the way from Michigan. Let's give him a great big Seaworld welcome. All right, Maverick. Well, today you're going to help me show the audience how we build bonds and relationships with the dolphins that we take care of here every single day. Now, one of my friends is going to be making his way out here. We have 6 different pools up here at Dolphin Stadium, and they're all connected by underwater doorways. And it looks like one of our friends made it out here. He's going to come over here. Let's take a couple more steps up to him, all the way up to this 24-foot drop-off, Maverick. Perfect. When we met, we shook hands, and that is a great way to meet a dolphin. So you're going to put your hand out, he's going to come up, and you get to shake his flipper. Maverick, meet Phil. Phil, meet Maverick. To ask Phil here if he wants to go on a really big jump, okay? So I want you to take this hand and point at Phil. Perfect. Now slowly raise your hand all the way up to the sky. Is he watching you? Perfect. When I say go, you're gonna spin your arm in a circle. Ready, set, go. He saw you, Maverick. Check it out. This is just for you. For an animal encounter. It's a great way to spend some extra time with our flippered friends. After today's presentation, simply exit to your left and look for the yellow cabana. That way you can have your very own dolphin adventure. All right, put your hands out. I know they like to steal our fish sometimes too. Go ahead, toss that in. One more, toss it in.
You like show?
What about
Yeah.
all of you? Are you ready to see some more? Well, that is great to hear because we still have a whole lot more for you to discover. But discoveries can also lead to risk. Dolphins are innately curious animals, and in the ocean, this can lead them to exploring polluted areas or even to playing with trash. So, what can we do to help? Simple things can have big impacts. We can recycle, join a beach cleanup, properly dispose of fishing line and plastic bottles, or even better yet, we can choose reusable items and reduce the amount of waste we produce. It's small actions like these that can go a really long way to protecting ocean life. Sarah and I are just two of over 350 zoological professionals here on the Seaworld team. Collectively, we not only provide world-class care for these dolphins, but have facilitated the rescue of over 40,000 animals with the goal of rehabilitating and returning them to their natural habitat. And none of this would be possible without all of you. Your visit today matters, and without your support, we wouldn't be able to do this good work and save wildlife that needs our help. So, on behalf of the entire Seaworld team, we say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
When we care for our world and take action on behalf of the animals that call it home, that's part of a legacy we're leaving behind. And that legacy is worth celebrating. Enjoy your adventure right here at SeaWorld. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Adventures! My name is Luke, and today we'll be going on an adventure that celebrates the bottlenose dolphin. It's our hope that you leave here today knowing a whole lot more about these amazing animals and have a renewed respect for the oceans and waterways we share with them.
अरे वाह यार, सेम टाइम पे दोनों आई।
Have a great night here at Seaworld. Bye.
And just like that, turning this posture enables us to ensure accuracy. So we
ये
know
तो
the
सबसे
younger whales
खतरनाक
are
किलर वेल्स ओरका है, लेकिन
Whales in every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt. For the adults,
Together, we've got this.
is a position in which we would ask for a voluntary blood sample. The whales learn to roll ventral or upside down and present their once a month, and the whales are trained to remain calm and relaxed throughout the entire procedure. Now, as trainers, we're frequently rubbing down or massaging the whales, whether on their backs, pectoral flippers, or tail fleets. The whales have very sensitive
देखो
skin,
स्क्रीन में
and
क्लियर
this
पता
is
चल रहा है
just
क्या
one
कर
way
रहे हैं,
that we
मसाज
can
कर
reward them
रहे
for
हैं।
remaining calm during procedures like this.
और
It's
ये
also a
ये
great way for
यहाँ
us to
पे।
strengthen our relationships with the whales. Blood samples are just one way that we can make sure our whales are staying healthy. Another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. We're able to weigh the whales by asking them to slide their bodies out of the water and onto a killer whale size scale located in one of our adjacent pools. Here we can demonstrate this in our slide out area. Now once Katina slides up, you'll notice that a portion of her body from her dorsal fin to her tail flips is still in the water. This is the powerhouse of the killer whale. It's called the peduncle, and it's very heavy and very muscular. With the peduncle still in the water, we would not be getting an accurate weight. So we're able to solve that problem by simply asking them to lift their tails up and out of the water, just like Tina's about to demonstrate. And just like that, turning this posture enables us to ensure accuracy. So we
ये
know
तो
the
सबसे
younger whales are
खतरनाक
more
किलर
confident,
वेल्स ओरका है,
older
लेकिन
whales are maintaining
शो में
a
ऐसा लग रहा है कि फ्रेंडली डॉल्फिन है।
and the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt. For the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales and for us.
Hi everyone, I'm over here on the left side of the stadium, down by the glass. Did you know the killer whales love to play? They actually learn a lot by playing and through mimicry and observational learning. From a young age, killer whales...
Awesome.
Hello again, everyone. This is Katina, and that was Nalani and Malia, 3 members of our killer whale family demonstrating their incredible size, speed, power, and complex learning abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations around the world, and we're excited to share their stories with you tonight.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's floor. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer. High-flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that and more. These behaviors contribute to an environment that is full of enrichment.
days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Tonight, you'll see the whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen social bonds and enable them to problem solve as a group. Working together as a team is what makes them the ocean's top predator. Scientifically known as Orca, commonly referred to as killer whales. Here at Seaworld, we know them as Katina, Nalani, Malia, Trua, and Makaya, our killer whale family. Makaya is the youngest whale at just 13 years old, and the oldest is Makaya's mother, Katina, who this year will be celebrating her 48th birthday.
Oh, 48.
Katina is also the matriarch or leader of our pod. Seaworld's animal training techniques create a language between us and the whales. It's a language of learning. Through positive reinforcement, encouragement, commitment, and care. Through these techniques and our relationships, the whales learn to trust us. They even learn to take an active role in their very own health and well-being. Now here at Seaworld, we're able to train several voluntary husbandry or healthcare behaviors. We're able to train things like fecal samples, urine samples, x-rays, ultrasounds. We're even able to brush their teeth twice a day. But one of the very first husbandry or healthcare behaviors that we train is a position in which we would ask for a voluntary blood sample. The whales learn to roll ventral or upside down and present their tail flips just like this. Not only does this give us an excellent look at their entire bodies, but it also gives us access to blood vessels that can be easily seen on the white underside of their tail fins. Our veterinarians collect a blood sample at least once a month, and the whales are trained to remain calm and relaxed throughout the entire procedure. Now, as trainers, we're frequently rubbing down or massaging the whales, whether on their backs, pectoral flippers, or tail fleas. The whales have very sensitive
देखो
skin,
स्क्रीन में
and
क्लियर
this
पता
is
चल
just
रहा है क्या
one
कर
way
रहे हैं,
to make
मसाज
sure
कर
we're
रहे हैं.
remaining calm during procedures like this. It's
और
also a
ये
great way for
यहाँ
us to
पे.
strengthen our relationships with the whales. Blood samples are just one way that we can make sure our whales are staying healthy. Another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. We're able to weigh the whales by asking them to slide their bodies out of the water and onto a killer whale size scale located in one of our adjacent pools. Here we can demonstrate this in our slide out area. Now once Katina slides up, you'll notice that a portion of her body from her dorsal fin to her tail flips is still in the water. This is the powerhouse of the killer whale. It's called the peduncle, and it's very heavy and very muscular. With the peduncle still in the water, we would not be getting an accurate weight. So we're able to solve that problem by simply asking them to lift their tails up and out of the water, just like Katina's about to demonstrate here. And just like that, training this posture enables us to ensure accuracy. So we
ये
know
तो
the
सबसे
younger whales are
खतरनाक
more
किलर
cooperative,
वेल्स ओरका है,
older
लेकिन
whales are maintaining
शो में
a
ऐसा लग रहा है कि फ्रेंडली डॉल्फिन है.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt. For the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having
कितनी बड़ी है यार.
Inside of the stadium, it's your turn. Go ahead and stand up. We have an even bigger jump planned. This is called a breach. So to give the signal, you'll take one finger on each hand and throw them over your left shoulder. Ready?
खड़े हो जा.
1, 2, 3. Give that signal. And she's off. Now killer whales breach for a wide number of different reasons, whether to surprise their prey, scratch an itch, or just just to get a better look around. But more often than not, they'll reach just to show off.
Yeah! Oh!
So everyone, let's hear it one more time for all of you at our Killer Whale family.
Good job.
As you can see, killer whales are amazing athletes, and they can eat several hundred pounds of food every single day. In the ocean, killer whale diets depend on where they live and the time of year. Unfortunately, overfishing, pollution, and other factors are having a serious impact on some killer whale populations.
Killer whales are impressive animals, and it's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right? Wrong.
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make, we hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassador of the ocean, limitless, connected, powerful, but still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable.
Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference. The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming, but together we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect. So much to explore.
The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all can do to make a difference.
All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow.
And change the world.
Together, we've got this.
All around the world, it's a brand new day. Open up your eyes, stop along the way. Every different creature, beautiful, unique. It's counting in the treasure of our diversity. From the highest high to the deepest deep, so much mystery. We are all inspired by this one big world. Every shade of love that flows through each of us. As our hearts unite and we come alive, we can feast alright and see how marvelous is this one big world. Let's all take a journey.
Oh! अरे गजब वाओ यार awesome oh wow oh wow dance and step था भाई मानू भी भीग गई। क्या ट्रेनिंग है यार, क्या ट्रेनिंग है।
So much mystery.
अरे वाह यार, सेम टाइम पे दोनों आई। गजब है भाई। Awesome. Manu, you got wet. Okay, बच गई।
Thanks again, everyone, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day at Seaworld.
आके बार बार ग्रीट करके जा रही है। क्या ट्रेन किया है यार। अरे अब भिगा देगी ये। अरे भैया भिगा दिया इसने। मानो भीग गई। फाइनली भीग गई। अरे भागो भागो भागो। आ रही भिगा। हटा मानो हटा, ऊपर जा ऊपर जा। क्या ट्रेन किया है यार। Manu got wet. Orca shark wet you. She is saying goodbye actually. This is the way they are saying goodbye. क्या ट्रेन किया है यार। Awesome, awesome. क्या ट्रेनिंग दी है भाई। मान गए। ऐसा शो आज तक नहीं देखा लाइफ में। Awesome. This was amazing show. मानू को देख के पीछे साथ में भी बोल दिया है। लाइफ में कभी ऐसा शो हम लोगों ने नहीं देखा है।
The whales learn to trust us. They even learn to take an active role in their very own health and well-being. Now here at Seaworld, we're able to train several voluntary husbandry or healthcare behaviors. We're able to train things like fecal samples, urine samples, x-rays, ultrasounds. We're even able to brush their teeth twice a day. But one of the very first husbandry or healthcare behaviors that we train is a position in which we would ask for a voluntary blood sample. The whales learn to roll ventral or upside down and present their tail flukes just like this. Not only does this give us an excellent look at their entire bodies, but it also gives us access to blood vessels that can be easily seen on the white underside of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians collect a blood sample at least once a month, and the whales are trained to remain calm and relaxed throughout the entire procedure. Now, as trainers, we're frequently rubbing down or massaging the whales, whether on their backs, pectoral flippers, or tail fleas. The whales have very sensitive
देखो
skin,
स्क्रीन में
and
क्लियर
this
पता
is
चल
just
रहा है क्या
one way
कर
to
रहे हैं,
make
मसाज
sure
कर
we're
रहे
good for
हैं
remaining calm during procedures like this.
और
It's also a
ये
great way for us to
लगाते हैं।
strengthen our relationships with the whales. Blood samples are just one way that we can make sure our whales are staying healthy. Another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. We're able to weigh the whales by asking them to slide their bodies out of the water and onto a killer whale size scale located in one of our adjacent pools. Here we can demonstrate this in our slide out area. Now once Katina slides up, you'll notice that a portion of her body from her dorsal fin to her tail flips is still in the water. This is the powerhouse of the killer whale. It's called the peduncle, and it's very heavy and very muscular. With the peduncle still in the water, we would not be getting an accurate weight. So we're able to solve that problem by simply asking them to lift their tails up and out of the water, just like Tina's about to demonstrate. And just like that, turning this posture enables us to ensure accuracy. So we
ये
know
तो
the
सबसे
younger whales are
खतरनाक
more
किलर
proper,
वेल्स ओरका है,
the older
लेकिन
whales are maintaining
शो में ऐसा
equilibrium.
लग रहा है कि फ्रेंडली डॉल्फिन है।
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt. For the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Hi everyone, I'm over here on the left side of the stadium, down by the glass. Did you know the killer whales love to play? They actually learn a lot by playing and through mimicry and observational learning. From a young age, killer whales learn important life skills by playing games such as follow the leader with their mother and other whales. We're going to put that to the test today with all of you in Malia.
ये देखो इसके साथ खेल रही है इधर।
Stand where you are, just stand up. We're going to play a game of killer whale follow the leader. So on the count of 3, you'll spin in a circle 2 times and Malia will follow. Ready? 1, 2, 3, spin! And she's got it! Well done everyone, you can have a seat. As you can see, Malia was paying very close attention to you. Killer whales are very curious animals. They can be often seen sky hopping and even jumping completely out of the water to get a better look around. Katina's going to demonstrate this with a big jump over at the stage called a bow.
कौन है
Now,
Katina?
Let's give her a great big cheer. Here comes Katina!
कितनी बड़ी है यार।
It's your turn. Go ahead and stand up. We have an even bigger jump planned. This is called a breach. So to give the signal, you'll take one finger on each hand and throw them over your left shoulder. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Give that signal. And she's off. Now killer whales reach for a wide number of different reasons, whether to surprise their prey, scratch an itch, or just to get a better look around. But more often than not, they'll reach just to show off.
Yeah! Oh!
So everyone, let's hear it one more time for all of you and our killer whale family.
गजब।
As you can see, killer whales are amazing athletes, and they can eat several hundred pounds of food every single day. In the ocean, killer whale diets depend on where they live and the time of year. Unfortunately, overfishing, pollution, and other factors are having a serious impact on